Hello brain lovers, Gregory here from the Brain Academy. When we talk brains, well, people immediately associate it with IQ and being smart. Well, you know what? IQ is highly overrated. Okay, yes, you got me. I don't like IQ. Well, it's not so much that I don't like it. There's really not much to like or dislike. It's just a measure of something like Fahrenheit or liters or miles. What I don't like is what we've done with it, the interpretation and manipulation of it, and what it supposedly means. IQ, or intelligence quotient, is a measure of our intelligence. After doing some tests, you get a number, and the interesting thing with this number is that your results don't stand alone. They are compared to other people, and your IQ score is in relation with that of other people.
Oh my God.
So when you get a score of 100, it means you are right in the middle, as many people have a higher or lower score as you do. The more you deviate from 100, the more intelligent you are, or the more you lack intelligence. This again compared to others. Now in general, it is said you have a normal intelligence if you have a score anywhere between 85 and 115. Basically, a little over 2/3 of the population will have a score between these two. If you want to know your score, there are tons of IQ tests out there, and there are different types of them. Some are mathematical, some visual spatial, others are more based on general knowledge. Or you can have a combination of the above. Now just make sure to pick out a decent site, because not all of them are reliable.
I think there's been some kind of mistake, because the test I took was real easy. I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
Now don't forget, whatever your score, you should build in a margin of error of about 6 points up and down, because it's a test, basically a snapshot of one moment. All kind of things can interfere, lack of sleep, stress, distractions, etc. Meaning, if you have an IQ score of, let's say, 105, it means your actual score is somewhere between 99 and 111. Anyway, I did several IQ tests myself. I know my score. Good. That's it. That's where the story ends. Come again? How to get a higher IQ? No, that's not gonna happen. Look, your IQ score is fixed. I know you will find plenty of articles and websites claiming the contrary, but here's the truth. Anyone trying to tell you otherwise is most probably trying to sell you a program to increase your IQ. Now sadly, the only thing that's going to increase is the amount of money in their bank account, not your IQ.
You feel stupid, but you really shouldn't be.
Yes, of course, if you start preparing yourself to answer typical IQ test questions, you will get a higher score on the tests. But that doesn't make you more intelligent. You're just gaming the tests. If you would do the test again some months later, you would get back to the score where you were before. You're really just wasting your time and money. So sure, life events can impact your IQ. Brain injuries through illness or blows to the head can have a big impact on your IQ. But that's usually a downhill slope. You won't get any IQ gains from starting a boxing career. But the real question is, why? Why would you want to get a higher IQ in the first place? Even if you would go up 10 points, and that's not going to happen. What do you think this would mean? Will a higher IQ solve all your problems? Make you more happy? Will you make more money? Or maybe win a Nobel Prize? That would be cool. Well, think again. IQ correlates poorly with a career or even winning Nobel Prizes. Correlation with happiness is non-existent. There's a very weak correlation, but statistically non-significant. Money? There is a moderate correlation. However, it's a correlation, not causation. There's a 0.5 correlation between money and IQ. Fun fact, there's a 0.66 correlation, which is higher, between the number of people who drowned by falling into a pool and the number of films Nicolas Cage appeared in. Sorry, Nicolas. Or even better, there's a 0.94 correlation, which is truly huge, between the per capita cheese consumption and the number of people who died by becoming tangled in their bed sheets. Correlation? Not causation. So if you think a higher IQ will help you make more money, think again. There are tons of contextual factors which lead to more money and are linked to a higher IQ. Correlation, not causation. So how do we get our IQ? Well, the short answer is genetics and education. Genetics, yes, our parents. About half our IQ is determined by our genes. The other half comes from our environment, the context we're in during our childhood. Nutrition and education are major players in determining our IQ in those formative years. During adolescence, there can still be wide variation, after which it stabilizes. Then there's the Flynn effect, which is the observation that raw IQ scores, meaning the results before they are put in relation with others, well, these raw IQ scores have been going up 2 to 3 points per decade, meaning the abstract reasoning of humans as a species is apparently improving.
The sole purpose of life has been to pass on what was learned.
Because that's what IQ is about. Abstract reasoning, being able to play around with complex models and theories, dealing with complexity. Now, if you had a high IQ as a kid, your parents were probably well off. They were probably feeding you a healthier diet than average and were actively supporting you in your studies through extracurricular activities and tutoring.
Not like a regular mom, I'm a cool mom.
This probably led you to a more complex field of study, which in turn led you to a career involving more complexity, which eventually resulted in a higher pay. Now, in the other scenario, as a kid, you're still smarter than all your friends, and because of it, you're bored to death in class. Stop paying attention, you never learn how to study or persevere, and in the long run, you end up having really bad grades. Now, this leads to you constantly underperforming and ending up in trouble all the time.
We came here to buy them, so now you're gonna sell us the drugs! Do not test me!
Years later, at work, in an average job, you lack the motivation and end up with a non-existing career and a lot of frustrations. So you see, it can go both ways. A high IQ can also be a real burden. It's by no means a guarantee for success. Actually, you can say IQ is a form of talent. Just like singing or dancing or sports, you can have a predisposition for it. You can be naturally gifted. But talent, without hard work, is just potential. My kid is potentially the future president of Europe. Or not. Now let's take another scenario. You're an adult, somehow you get a boost in your IQ through one of those bogus IQ programs. Hey, miracles do happen. So let's say you gain 10 or even 15 points, which would be huge. What do you think would happen next? Well, let me tell you, not much. You would still have your same job, your same partner, your same environment. You might start reading some more advanced stuff in your free time. You had a hobby, but nothing much would change in your daily life. That is, unless you would really start a formal education again or quit your job and start your own business. But you don't need a higher IQ for that. Studying and entrepreneurship are more about hard work, delayed gratification and perseverance than IQ. So my point is, IQ, sure, it's interesting to know what our score is, but that's pretty much it. It's just a number. I'm not that number. I'm so much more than that. There is so much more determining who I am, who I have become. My life could have been so different in so many ways, but IQ? I don't see how a different IQ would have changed much. I'm pretty sure 5 or even 10 points more or less wouldn't have made a difference in my life. It's the accumulation of my life experience, which is a combination of genes and environment, which have led to who I am today. And IQ is a very small part of that. If you only focus on IQ, you miss most of the story. You're not defined by it. If your only focus is to get a higher IQ, you completely miss the bigger picture. In my opinion, at best, IQ is a vanity metric. In any case, as I said before, it's highly overrated. Now don't forget to like and subscribe, we have new episodes of this vlog coming out every week. Check out some of our other episodes, and if you want the real stuff, go to brainacademy.com, join our 250,000 students and start using your brain better. Brain out!
Sharpen.